My twin sister got pregnant from my husband and tried to tear my family apart. But I got my own revenge and showed everyone her true colors. People call identical twins two halves of one whole, but my sister Iris and I have always felt more like matching coins that landed on opposite sides. Same stamp, different face up. Where I speak softly, Iris laughs in glass-shattering bursts. Where I tuck loose hair behind my ear, she dyes hers mellow red and lets the wind do the styling. Growing up, teachers mixed us up until report cards came back with my tidy paragraphs beside Iris's doodled margins. At home the mix-ups felt less harmless. Missing favorite tops, rumors Iris swore she never started, boys I liked suddenly sure I'd given them the cold shoulder. Still, family bonds are elastic. My parents smoothed hurts with "she's your sister, she loves you in her own way." I tried to believe it. Last July, on the hottest Saturday in county history, I married Daniel Grant at the Lakeside Pavilion. Iris stood beside me as maid of honor. Same chiffon, same freckles under the makeup artist's airbrush, only her eyes glittered like she was in on a joke no one else heard. I brushed it off. Weddings stir odd moods. Daniel and I spent our honeymoon in Nova Scotia drawing future timelines on fogged cafe windows, buy a starter home, adopt a rescue spaniel, try for a baby by next spring. When we flew home, the airport had a welcome newlyweds chalkboard. Iris snapped our photo there. Later I noticed my sister's half-smile looked tense, like a cello string drawn too tight. The first months of marriage settled like warm quilt squares. Daniel installed floating shelves for my vintage novels. I learned the mysteries of his grandmother's lasagna recipe. Nights we lay on the sofa planning nursery paint names: Morning Dew, Pale Fawn, Duckling Wing, though I wasn't pregnant yet. Hope made space. Iris visited often. She'd plop on our rug, swirling red wine near cream upholstery while commenting on every book spine. One evening she traced a finger over Daniel's framed engineering diploma and quipped, "Smart and handy, good catch, sis." Compliment, yes, but something in her tone felt as if she were appraising the frame for herself. Another time she asked Daniel if he ever felt trapped in suburbia and if he missed club life. He laughed, said married club nights were board game marathons. Iris grinned, but I saw her jaw clench, like the answer arrived wrong. Daniel never noticed these microshadows. He trusted people at face value. It's why I love him. And why I worried. In early March a mutual friend, Lex, messaged our group chat. My 30th. Mansion rental by the river, Saturday the 21st, bring partners plus party stamina. Lex's parties leaned toward craft cocktails and impromptu karaoke. Safe enough, I thought. Daniel and I RSVP'd, so did Iris. She texted me privately. You're not bailing at midnight, right? I promised to stay past the first chorus of Sweet Caroline. The night arrived damp and windy, but inside Lex's rented Victorian everything glowed amber. String lights, copper mugs, 30 balloons trawling crown molding. We drank Moscow mules that tasted of mint-laced electricity. Iris dominated Flip Cup in the kitchen, chanting, Grant family has weak chug game. Daniel laughed and rose to the challenge. I cheered from the doorway, half a cup behind. By 1 a.m., I swayed dizziness between exhilaration and nausea. I excused myself, searching for a quiet room. Upstairs, the second guest bedroom held a quilted duvet and blackout curtains. I texted Daniel sleeping a bit, love you, and collapsed fully dressed, shoes still on. The last thing I heard was bass thumping through floorboards like a distant heartbeat. Dreams rolled turbulent. Daniel calling my name down long halls, Iris's laugh echoing like a carnival mirror. I surfaced briefly, room spinning, someone tucking the duvet around me, warm lips pressing my forehead. I mumbled gratitude and sank back under. Morning shattered with a car alarm somewhere outside and a bright rectangle of sun slipping between curtains. I reached for Daniel. The bed was empty. Downstairs, I found only Lex rinsing glasses and two strangers snoring on couches. Lex said Daniel had helped call rideshares at dawn before claiming the last sofa. We brunch recovered, found Daniel nursing coffee in the sunroom. He hugged me, asked if I felt better. A normal Sunday sketch resumed. I didn't see Iris until Tuesday when she dropped by unannounced with grocery store lilies, my favorite. She hummed through the doorway, gaze oscillating between me and my husband like she was measuring distance. You both look well rested, she said. Daniel chuckled. I've had 3 days of head fog, actually. Iris's smile stretched, thin as thread. 2 weeks later Iris invited me to coffee. We met at Café Luna, window seats dripping late spring rain. She ordered espresso, I stuck to herbal tea, trying preconception caffeine limits. I expected chat about work or TV. Instead, Iris placed her phone face down on the table, exhaled theatrically, and said, I'm pregnant. Shock punched me and delight followed. My twin, a mother. Congratulations. Whose? She flipped the phone. The screen showed a photo. Daniel sprawled on a quilted duvet, bare shoulders exposed, face turned to pillow. My stomach iced. The duvet's pattern, I recognized the roses from Lex's spare bedroom. I lurched speechless. Iris leaned forward. "It's his," she said calmly. I took plan B. It failed. I wrestled with telling you, but you deserve honesty. Rain hammered glass. My ears buzzed with heartbeat thunder. He would never, I whispered. She shrugged one shoulder. Alcohol erases never. It happened. The room tilted. I stumbled to the restroom, locked the stall, and sobbed until my throat ached. When I returned, Iris was gone. Only the bill lay folded under her espresso cup, scribbled note, "I'm sorry, but we'll have to work something out." I drove home from the cafe on autopilot. Traffic blurred, radio mute but still glowing the station ID like a useless heartbeat. At every red light I fought the urge to hurl my phone through the windshield. Iris's photograph burned behind my eyelids, a still life of betrayal staged in floral cotton. Daniel sat at our kitchen island grading project proposals. He glanced up, smiling, until he saw my face. Something happened. I slid the phone across the counter, screen still bright. He studied the image, brow furrowing rather than flushing, as if he were trying to solve a geometry proof. "That's me," he said slowly, "but I've never seen that bedspread." I rasped, "Lex's guest room. The night of the party." Daniel's eyes widened with blank confusion that bordered on terror. He whispered, "Emma, I swear on every cell of my body, I put you to bed, checked on you twice, crashed on a sofa downstairs. I don't remember this. I don't remember being upstairs at all." His voice rang honest. Too honest. My mind whiplashed. Iris had always wanted what I had, but would she fake pregnancy, doctor images? Then I remembered her warning, "We'll have to work something out," as though facts were negotiable. A chill scuttled my skin. "Walk me through that night," I said. Daniel closed the laptop, inhaled. He recalled 5 Moscow mules, Iris handing him 2 of them. Flip cup tournament, Iris jostling his elbow each round. He remembered brewing coffee around 3 a.m., Iris in the kitchen, saying I was dead asleep and waving him upstairs so he'd be more comfortable. He refused, heading for the sofa. The rest was blackout. He lifted pleading eyes. I'd never cheat. Not sober, not drunk, not ever. I believed him yet felt groundless, like both of us were puppets in Iris's theater. I thought of her lifelong pattern, swapping, sabotaging, rewriting narratives at my expense. Why wouldn't she push the stunt to its limit now? We needed proof. Our first ally was Lex. We video-called that night. Lex answered in a sheet mask, startled but ready. She scrolled her phone for party photos. One shot timestamped 3:12 a.m. caught Daniel snoring on the downstairs sectional, Lex's Himalayan salt lamp glowing behind him. Timestamp, exactly when Iris claimed seduction happened upstairs. Lex also recalled waking at 6 a.m., going to brew coffee, and finding Iris emerging from the hallway in Daniel's denim jacket. She said she'd checked on you. "Emma, make sure you were okay." I thought nothing of it. I screenshot everything. Next, we visited the craft cocktail caterer's Instagram. They'd posted stories of winners holding trophies. Daniel, again downstairs, 4:01 a.m. Still wearing his jacket. Timestamped alibi, Daniel muttered, except Iris has him upstairs simultaneously. Piece by piece, the jigsaw pictured Iris alone orchestrating a photo in which Daniel slept, maybe relocated by her while unconscious, maybe just shot earlier when he lay resting during a coat hunt. Who knew? The simplest version. She lured him half awake into the room, convinced him she was me, and took advantage. Exploitation. Assault concealed as adultery. I shook, not just with anger, but with protective fury for my husband. We confronted Iris at our parents' house, neutral ground. Mum served tea nobody drank. Dad's forehead creased with preemptive disappointment. I put the evidence on the coffee table, Lex's photo, the caterer's videos, a printed phone log proving Daniel never went offline, his smartwatch GPS showed him stationary downstairs. Iris's eyes flicked over the pages, face blank, until she saw the smartwatch data. Her throat bobbed. Mum whispered, "Iris Isabel Hart, explain this." Iris started with tears, segued to outrage, then to a trembling confession shaped like justification. Daniel had led her on with harmless flirting during Flip Cup. She'd felt alone, jealous of our perfect life. She wanted one memory of being loved like that. "You drugged me with liquor," Daniel said, voice brittle. Iris's gaze darted. I just encouraged extra rounds. Everyone was drinking. "You impersonated me," I said. "That's sexual assault. And now you're brandishing a baby as blackmail." Dad's teacup rattled. He stood, gray-faced. "Iris, this is monstrous." She crumpled, sobbing. Between gulps she admitted the pregnancy was real, confirmed by clinic. She'd panicked, blaming Daniel because she feared facing it alone. "Who was the father?" Mum asked. I don't know, Iris whispered.
Parties, a holiday fling, vague mumbles. Silence swelled.
My parents' living room clock tick-ticked like a metronome for despair. Legal options existed, charges, restraining orders, but one fact cut through everything: an unborn child, innocent. When Daniel and I left my parents' house, we sat in the car breathing fog into the windshield. He said, "We can walk away. Report her. Never look back." I pictured a baby with half my DNA, twins share 99.9%. A biological near copy of me, maybe Daniel's eyes if Iris guessed right. My heart ached, widened, then steadied. "I can't abandon the child," I said. Anger toward Iris burned, but maternal instinct lit brighter. "But we need boundaries. Severe ones." We saw a therapist who specialized in family trauma. Weeks of sessions hammered guidelines. Pursue guardianship after birth if Iris was unfit. Hold Iris accountable. Therapy, substance abuse screening, signed agreement to enter parenting classes. No unsupervised contact until trust restored. Daniel and I remain a unit, weekly check-ins with counselor, zero secrets. Iris, under parental pressure and facing potential charges, agreed. She emailed a formal apology to Daniel, acknowledging assault and manipulation. Our lawyer drafted a conditional guardianship plan. If Iris relapsed into harmful behavior or chose adoption, would assume custody. Pregnancy progressed. Iris moved into a maternity support flat funded by family. She attended therapy. I attended prenatal appointments as backup. Seeing the ultrasound first flutter, tiny limbs wiggling, my anger cracked, love seeped in through the fissures. Daniel built a crib from maple. Friends helped repaint the guest room pale fawn, one of our old nursery swatches. We hung a mobile of origami cranes. Preparing felt like reclaiming joy from disaster's rubble. Late November, rain drummed like drummers on rooftops. Iris went into labor 3 weeks early. Mum called at 1 a.m. Daniel and I dashed to County General. Labor was long. Iris gripped my hand, eyes raw with fear rather than defiance. At 6:14 p.m. a baby girl wailed into existence, plump, dark-haired, lungs fierce. I cut the cord. Daniel wrapped her in the hospital blanket designed like tiny planets. Iris watched, tears spilling. She whispered, "Name her." "I can't decide." I looked at Daniel. We'd prepared only one name list all along. Liana Eve, we said together. Liana from To Climb, Eve for New Beginnings. Iris nodded, exhausted. She deserves higher ground than my mess. Hospital Social Services recorded Iris's decision, temporary guardianship to us, review at 6 months. She signed papers with steady hand. The pen clicked, the future shifted. Life with a newborn is equal parts wonder and wipe-downs. Daniel mastered swaddle burritos. I became queen of midnight lullabies. Iris visited weekly, supervised, bringing board books and steady sobriety chips. Therapy chiseled her jealousy into something manageable. She started community college classes in early childhood education, penance forging purpose. Sometimes I'd catch Daniel studying Liana's features. Her dimple my sister never had, eyes exactly Daniel's cedar brown. And grief would flicker across his face. The what-if of paternity haunted, but DNA tests later confirmed no match. Relief, yes, but also a strange melancholy. Love by choice, not blood. On Liana's 6-month review, Social Services asked Iris her decision. She inhaled, glanced at me, then Daniel, then the baby gnawing a teething ring. "I can't give her the steady life Emma and Daniel can," she said. Voice firm, no theatrics. "But I want to stay her aunt. They are her parents." She signed permanent guardianship transfer. The pen clicked again, louder to me than any gavel. Afterward she hugged me. "I'll still screw up," she whispered, "but I'll screw up with honesty." I believed her, trust on probation, but breathing. 1-year birthday, backyard picnic, paper lanterns bobbing twilight. Liana toddled between guests, fist clutching a strawberry, first of the season. Daniel chased her, laughing when Juice painted his shirt. Iris arrived late, carrying a small violin case. Inside wasn't an instrument but a shadow box she'd crafted. The shredded photo of Daniel in Lex's bed, overlapped by hospital wristbands, sobriety chips, a gold filigree note. Proof that even broken stories can hold beautiful chapters. She met Daniel's gaze. "May I burn the original copy tonight?" He nodded. We lit the fire pit. Paper curled, ember orange, then nothing. Later, after guests left, Daniel and I sat on the porch swing, Liana asleep inside. String-light reflections danced in his eyes. "Strange path to parenthood," he murmured. "Unique," I corrected, resting my head on his shoulder. Wind rustled maple leaves. Somewhere farther, Iris's laughter sounded, softer now, tempered. I closed my eyes, let the swing's motion lull me, thinking of mirrors, how they can shatter or they can reflect sunrise depending on angle. I chose sunrise.
What did you think of this story?
Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments, and thanks for listening.